It's day 21. I almost didn't make it today. For some reason, my alarm on my phone wasn't set, which meant this 2 p.m. slot was slowly ticking away as I got lost in the abyss of graphics online. It's funny, I've always been someone who's creative with my hands, but in the last 2 years in particular, since owning Made It, I mean, given the fact that we're a tech platform, right? I spend so many hours online, but I also am completely obsessed about it. And one of the things for me, where I really gain a lot of a lot of lost time, but also a lot of creativity and vision and ideas is in Canva. And if you're not already using Canva, what are you doing? It's amazing. Just noticed my bed is not made either. And I'm going to be running as well. I've got a masterclass which I do on introduction to Canva, which is set for Friday the 13th of June, which ironically is the same day that we'll be opening the doors for applications to actually come and join Made It. But that's going to be a really great masterclass. We've had so much awesome feedback about it because it's that whole idea of being able to actually come and be part of a live masterclass. And it's like a 75-minute class that I run for that. So I'll share some more stuff, but you can pop over to Made It as well and check out the masterclasses there and grab a spot, because those live ones are always limited spots, just because it's more about what I can actually coordinate as well in that. But I've really been diving into today. And again, this space is about being on the 30-day challenge together, being on day 21, which is exciting, and on our way to get 2,000 artisans on the waitlist. Now, I haven't actually checked just before I came on, but I would say that we're probably sitting around about 560 on the waitlist, which is phenomenal. But throughout this time as well, with the tech upgrade that we've done, but also, I guess, going beyond the tech upgrade, I always find actually in these moments of exhaustion that some of the biggest clarity can come at the time. And when I say clarity, it's about really who we are for. And for me, when I'm trying to work out exactly who our customer is, exactly who you are, exactly what you need and what you're looking for as well, is that I find that when I can do it into a creative graphic design as well, that it really helps me plant the idea. Maybe it's because I'm one of those people that actually thinks in slogans and quotes and marketing campaigns and videos and all that sort of stuff. But I was doing a new welcome email, and Jason saying, I find stress can be a motivator. It's so true. There's such a fine line. But sometimes when you get right onto the edge, it's where those like moments of golden can come through. Jason, I wanted to talk to you about something as well, because I'm working on this idea to have a sign that goes on the table for the Made It Artisan meetups. And I was thinking about having a clipboard, and then I was like, do I need just a little wooden stand for the clipboard? Anyway, I might reach out to you and see if that's something you might be able to do. Anyway, just an idea at this stage, because I've been working on the meetups. But when I can put it into an email campaign, I guess really speaking directly to who the customer is, it really helps me refine what it is that I'm doing. I know that quite a few of the artisans on the platform, and maybe you're one of them, have started to dabble in email marketing. And it's a whole nother beast, a whole nother world. And for me, it's one of my zones of genius and an area that I really love, because when we're talking about connecting with customers on social media, it's interesting because I always use this term that it's not your home. And what I mean by that is that we don't own the social media platforms. So we don't own Instagram, we don't own Facebook, we don't own YouTube. And anything can change in a moment. You can jump back on the next day and it's like, oh, we decided to change that, but with no notice, no telling you what's happening, no Zoom catch-ups, with the collective to say what's going on. And it means that you're really just sort of riding by the seat of your pants. And it also means that because things can change, also your reach can change. And what I love about email marketing, still to this day, is that it's still pretty clean to be able to arrive in someone's inbox and I guess let them know what's happening, but also more importantly, connect. And I think that being able to connect through email like any of the marketing modalities, I would say, is a real art form, and really understanding what to put in it, how to connect, and the words to use. And that's again where for me, like when I'm in this part and I'm going, okay, well, let's get really super clear on who the Made It artisan is, who you are, right? And there's so many things that are dropping in for me at the moment throughout this 30-day challenge in particular, because we're connecting on a daily basis, twice a day as well. I'm really getting to see so many different sides, but also just so many penny drops. And I was working on a welcome banner. And, you know, if you're doing email marketing, you'll totally relate to how consuming it can be. But it's the welcome flow. So when people sign up to the newsletter, that they get an automatic email that says welcome. And there's kind of two ways that you can do this, right? You can have a really short, sweet, literally welcome a photo, which if you're doing this yourself, it's one that you'd want to have a photo of you and you're saying welcome. And if you're a handmade artisan, that's 100% what I would recommend that you do. For us, it's a little bit different, right? Because we want to represent all of the artisans on the platform in one really warm hug kind of email, but also let the customer know what to expect and who we are, and maybe give them a little bit of a guide as to where they can go. But for you, if you are working on email marketing, what I would do is you want to make sure that you personalize it as much as possible. So if someone signs up to your email list, you want to set up an automation so that they get a really simple welcome email, photo of you, potentially holding your products or with your products in the background. Nice to have, I think, having welcome often in a cursive writing. It's like a love letter, if that makes sense. It's like a handwritten letter. But you do want to make sure that you always say hi, first name, and there'll be a little bit of code that you can put there so that it actually pulls the first name from your list that you have as well. So when they enter their email address, you just want to make sure that you're capturing their first name and that you pop that code in as well, so that it automatically grabs the first name and it says hi, first name. Now, something I do like to do as well, and it's something I've personally done, in particular when I was running network events, which I think is, you know, it's a good context for you to keep in mind with what you're doing, is every time someone subscribes to your newsletter, go and have a look and see who they are, and try and see if you can work out where they've come from. If your email platform doesn't work that way, you want to do a little bit of digging. And even if you've got 10 people on your email list, right, and they might be only friends and family. I've said this so many times, but friends and family supporting you is completely magical. But also, just because they're friends and family doesn't mean that they're not customers too. And so I think it's a great place to start. But you can go through and make sure that in your list that, you know, when they've put their first name in, that it's got a capital at the beginning, and that it's not all capitals, because often if that's what's sitting as their first name in your email list, that's how it'll feed through. So say, for example, if you're sending an email to April and it's in capitals, instead of being at hi April, you know, capital A, P-R-I-L, it'll be like hi April, because that's how they've written it in. So it's a good practice to make sure that you're going through maybe once a week, checking your database and making sure that names are in there correctly, but also getting to know your customers that way, right? But in the process of email marketing, very long loop to get back to it, it's such a great way for you to start thinking about, if I was writing this email to one person, right? Because that's the feel that you want to get. And you start going, what are some of the things that you know about your customers? And this is what I've been doing just this afternoon in this slightly sleep deprived zone, is really going through and going, who am I writing to? And who are we connecting with in this moment? And is the general newsletter that we send out, is it different to the artisans, and why, and what does it look like? Now, of course, it's different in the fact that artisans have got a membership, but I've got this theory, right? And I'm like, I really believe that people that love handmade have got a really strong creative calling in them. So the image that I'm working on at the moment, and I've used one of the images from 2 Acres Pottery. She does the most beautiful little ceramic miniatures, which I'm obsessed with. But I've used those down the bottom because there's kind of like a row of houses, but they're almost got a feeling, even though they're not people, the creations very much have personalities, if that makes sense, but it works really well with the layout. And then I've got kind of like a sticky tape, bit of paper, so it looks like almost that hand style done. And then in kind of a handwritten space, it's got written there, "Hey, creative soul, you've found your people," or something like that. And then it says, "Love from Made It." And it's just something that I'm playing with, and something that I'm going, what's the common link that links people that want to buy handmade and that love handmade? And I'm like, there's a creative element, there's a sustainability element. Do you know, one of the words that came up in almost half the videos that Artisans sent through to me, amazing, was the word kind. And I was like, yeah, that's our collective. Our collective of customers and artisans are kind and generous and warm and community minded, right? So all of a sudden, all of the words have started to sort of come together based around that idea. So in this 21 30-day challenge, but we're at day 21, where are you up to with this? And have you added on, Michelle's saying yes, I love it, thanks Michelle. But have you added on to spend a bit of time really understanding who your customer is? Because it doesn't matter what your challenge is. Actually, no, I take that back, it does. If you've got a really personal mission challenge that you're doing, say like Kelly from Toucan Art Factory, hers is a meditation and mindfulness challenge that she's doing. And, you know, in the wonderful ways that the universe works, right? I think about 3 days in, she got quite sick, and she had to, and literally had, you know, a couple of days in bed, 2-3 days in bed. And I was like, how interesting that, isn't that wonderful that you had the awareness that your challenge didn't need social media, it didn't need the push, it actually needs the slow and the stop. And then maybe the message didn't quite catch up because the universe went, no, you need to get sick so that you're forced to have some time off. But digressing a little bit, but if you're doing a challenge that's about connecting with your customer, whether that's through getting sales, maybe it's through social media content, maybe it's through taking photos of your products, because, you know, taking photos of your products, that is still a connection point, and it's about understanding, well, if I know who my customer is, then how is it that I can display or share my creations in a way that would make sense to them? So my little check-in for you today, if you've got like half an hour right now to work on this while it's fresh, what I would say to you is that, can you take a moment to write a letter or even a birthday card to your customer avatar, right? The person, and just keep one person in mind rather than going, hey, it's to, you know, all women or all men or whatever it is, right? Try and be as specific as possible. And rather than thinking of one particular person, well, you can start there if you like. Jason, I'll use you as an example. Let's say we took Marcelina as an idea, or Joe from Fat Kate's, right? As your ideal customer that you're going to write to. What is it that you would say to them? Would it be stuff like, oh, and funnily enough, with both Marcelina and from Illustrations by Herman and Joe from Fat Cat Originals, they're both really funny and unique, and like there's a warmth about their interactions as well. But that might start to give you some clues, and it could be something like, oh my goodness, Robin, sorry, I have to just stop there. Robin, I just got your email. I'm going to get all teary talking about this. Okay, definitely maybe sleep deprived, but I more than that, it's connection. Thank you for your email, Robin. It means so much to me, and I was just about to leave you a voice message on Instagram, but you're here, so I'll do it here and say thank you. It means a lot. Anyway, right. This is what happens when it's live. But back to the letter. Yeah, like what could you put in that letter that would make your customer feel so seen? And if you can just start doing that, start now, take half an hour, give it a go, see what comes up, see if anything comes up. And if it doesn't, then that's a sign of going lean in and connect with your customer more and find out some things about them that really connects. Classic example, Robin sending me a beautiful email about the upgrades to the platform and just everything in general that we're working on in a platform. But, you know, she popped in there, oh, and even Bruce and Ted. And so her knowing the names for my animals, it was like such a beautiful, yeah, add-on as well. Michelle saying, I made it members able to capture leads and send you, just disappeared. Michelle, we made it members are absolutely able to reach out to customers and say, hey, I've got a newsletter that I send. Would you like to be added to it? But we definitely don't have that general customers coming to the platform can be automatically added to external lists just because it's spammy, right? But they definitely can go through and ask in our amazing new messaging system. Anyway, hey, look, this is it for me for today. I want to jump down and my mind's just going even more fresh. I've got some more ideas that I want to put in place with some graphics and play with them and see what it looks like, see what it feels like, send some tests to myself, step into the, you know, the avatar of the customer and have a feel for what it feels like when I receive it as well. It's in that testing stage of receiving it that we really get to see whether or not it's working. So thank you. And Robin, I didn't see you pop back up in the comments, so my apologies if I should have sent you a personal message. I will do that though too. But have a wonderful day and thank you. And for all of the Made It members, we have got our live Zoom tonight at 5 p.m. to keep walking you through the platform, keep showing you how to navigate everything because that's our new home, right? And we want to make it as comfortable and recognizable and easy to navigate as possible. Have an awesome day. I'll see you soon. Bye.